What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotic, and welcome to the semi-finals of the BBR. We are facing off against Vepsis and his Helsinki High Dragons, and if you guys missed the last two times we played Vepsis, it was not pleasant. We ended up taking a loss both times in the NCP in week 12, or week 10 rather, one of the two, and in the quarterfinals there. And honestly, we didn't play our greatest. Vepsis played really well, and he had fantastic games. And honestly, I think every single time we've played at 12:30 a.m. Eastern, he has gotten the win. And every other time we played, I've won. Now, I'm not sure if we've only played once or twice. I think it's like that, once or twice at most. But I'm hoping that we can break that streak because once again, we are playing at 12:30 a.m. Eastern, which is in like an hour from now. Oh my god. But I'm going to try and take my time with this team builder, and if you guys missed last week's battle, then do me a favor, go back and check it out if you missed it. There was some really important stuff that happened there. We actually had a, I'm going to have spoilers right now, but we had a sub-toxic Raikou set, and it won the game. It's 6-0'd. I'm not going to lie, guys. If you are interested in competitive Pokemon, if you like competitive Draft League Pokemon, this is the channel for you. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys enjoy the team builder. I hope we can go back to back and win the title for the BBR. BBR could be special. We could lose right now to Vepsis. We could lose in the finals. Or we can win it and win the entire thing. That'd be amazing. But at the end of the day, we're trying to be competitive here, trying to enjoy, trying to teach you guys something new, because I would be doing you guys a disservice by not bringing my A game, especially in the playoffs, against a team that could definitely have beat me last week, that can definitely beat me this week. And if we get that far next week, then a team can definitely beat me there too. So I want to make sure that I can go out and win, but at the same time, it's going to give me the opportunity to teach you guys. I'm proud to say that the Ocean, my community, my Discord server, is not a toxic place. All right, if we see toxicity, we nip that in the bud, and it's done. So if you guys want to get into a safe, hate-free zone where you can get better at Draft League, check out my server down below. It's linked in the description. And stick around, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. But again, very long intro PSA. I appreciate you guys for letting me ramble, but let's go ahead and jump into it. Taking a look at the team for this battle, this is the team we played before in week number 4, I believe it was, except it was under a different coach. It was coached by Dietite. In that game, he had Mew, Weavile, he also had access to Red Steel, and a couple other small things, but I think those are actually the main ones from his team last time around. Big changes on Vepsis' part this time around. There's a Nidoking, there's a Rotom Heat, there's a Noivern. Mantine is also annoying as hell. WIGGLYTUFF could be problematic. Last time around, he had very scary mons. He had a Sandslash that was threatening. He had a Como, which was very problematic for my team to deal with. But the fact that there's no Como is really good for me. But a lot of the mons on his team are very scary. So I'm hoping that we can kind of break through them, cause a lot of problems. You do see there is a Trapinch and a Magnemite. He could definitely be running the Trapinch. That's definitely a possibility to deal with something like my Raikou. Good news is I do have access to Thwackey. I have my Moltres, which is immune to a Marine Trap. Same thing with Cryogonal and with Vullaby. And then a couple of my mons are resisted by ground, and I think the only one I'm really worried about getting trapped is Raikou, and even then I can go for a Scald and burn that thing, so I feel pretty good about that. Magnemite, I don't really anticipate coming. If it comes, I'd be very surprised. I did not prep for it at all. Executor could be annoying, definitely could come, but really only expect it to come if the Mantine comes. In all honesty, I expect the Mew, Weavile, Nidoking, Rotom Heat to come, and I expect them to be kind of the following sets. Either Culver Berry or Leftovers Mew with Calm Mind, Draining Kiss, or Dazzling Gleam, Psychic or Psyshock, and then either a coverage move like Shadow Ball or Roost, maybe even Giga Drain. Other than that, Weavile, which is either going to be Protected Pads, wow, Heavy Duty Boots, or maybe, just maybe, a Choice Band. I expect mostly one of the first two items though. Protected Pads for the Moltres, and then the boots for any rocks or spikes or toxic spikes or whatever the case may be, even though I believe I only have rocks as my hazard. Weavile is still hit by rocks at 2 times effectiveness, which is going to be doing 25%. I expect a Life Orb Nidoking to come with toxic spikes and with earth power and with rock slide as well. It's going to be mixed, and the rock slide is there for the Moltres, because without it, we can kind of beat it 1v1 unless it's carrying Thunderbolt. And if it's carrying Thunderbolt, there's a chance I run Mystical Fire, or there's a chance I just beat it outright because I am a very bulky set. So I definitely anticipate rock slide to be a possibility. I also think a Heavy Duty Boots Rotom Heat, which is a very Vepsis Pokemon, is going to be coming as well, and that is a very strong mon in this matchup, but we do have a couple of checks to it because we are running very specific sets that you're going to see a bit later on. Noivern could come, Red Steel could come, Mantine could come, WIGGLYTUFF could come. Those are the big ones. If WIGGLYTUFF does not come, my opponent does not have a well, a good answer to Urshifu. His dark resist is going to be the Weavile, and that is it. So Weavile is not going to appreciate taking any hits from Urshifu. If he does not bring the Mantine, then he has no water immunity, which means Swampert goes in. If he does not bring the Registeel, then he has, well, honestly, Registeel isn't the end of the world, but Registeel could be kind of annoying because Veps is actually 16-3 with that thing. It's crazy. I'm not too worried about like a Rest, Sleep Talk, Iron Defense Body Press set, because even though I do have a Haunter, I'm not bringing it this week, I do have an Urshifu Single Strike which crits all of its Wicked Blows, so I don't feel too concerned about that. And Noivern could definitely be problematic because of its speed, the fact that it can fire off Hurricanes and Draco Meteors, and it does get Iron Tail and Steel Wing, so it can deal with Diancie kind of well, but it's still very scary. Flying moves, my team does not appreciate them, especially when paired with Dragon moves. So yeah, guys, that is his team. We're already 8 minutes in, so I appreciate you guys for sticking around again. Let's go ahead and jump into our first mon, which is going to be MattOshea, the Urshifu. It is running the Choice Scarf this week. Kind of the obvious bring right now. We're running speed for the Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat will be outsped as well as any other non-Scarfer, and we take a Timid, Life Orb, and Nidoking's Sludge Wave from full. I just want to make sure I had that in the bag just in case. The only move it can use to Oko me outright if it's Timid, Life Orb is going to be Focus Blast. That is the only thing you can do to Oko me outright, so it's pretty good. The problem is we don't Oko back with Wicked Blow because we're not obviously max attack adamant. With a Choice Band, we're not going to Oko it, which is, it sucks, but it's fine by me. We'll be able to get a good read on what that thing wants to do. Problem is, if we do take that hit from the Nidoking, we will be dropping to Ice Shard from Weavile after that. We also do take a modest and non-boosted Rotom Heat's Overheat, so if it's running Life Orb, we're not going to take it, but if it's just modest max special attack, we'll be able to take the Overheat just fine. Or not just fine, but you know what I mean, at least we'll live on 1%. And we do also take a Jolly Banded Weavile's Triple Axle or Low Kick. We want to make sure we took both just to be safe, and that is going to be our Urshifu here with the Wicked Blow, Close Combat, U-Turn, and the Sucker Punch. Honestly, majority of the time, I'm clicking U-Turn, especially if the Wigglytuff is there, because Wigglytuff just comes in, U-turn, switch out, good to go. If I don't have rocks up, then I believe Wigglytuff actually will not be too KO'd by close combat, which is crazy because I'm not fully offensive and because I'm not banded. I'm just a neutral boosting item, whatever, in Choice Scarfs. But we do have ways around the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff does lack a bit of I guess recovery options. It's going to have to carry Wish and it's going to have to carry Protect. I know Protect doesn't work with Unseen Fist, but it can kind of Protect stall against a bunch of other things. It can carry Draining Kiss or Dazzling Gleam, and then after that, maybe something like Toxic, Heal Bell. I think in a couple of my mocks, I saw something weird. I'm trying to remember what it was. Like, I'm going to go back into the chat that I had with Liv because she gave me a mock for this battle. If I can find it right now, just a bit of live discussion here. She sent me a team and it had a it was Stealth Rock. That's what it was on her set. So that's definitely a possibility. At the end of the day, it's a very scary mon to deal with for Urshifu, but it can break through it given the right circumstances. So if I can weaken to like 75%, I can freely click Close Combat, especially if the Mew is gone or weakened, and I'll feel pretty good about myself. Moving on, our next mon is going to be Zero the Metagross, the kill leader in the BBR with the Aqua Berry this week, Power Punch, Zen Headbutt, Earthquake, and Agility. Our speed on the set is there for a Scarf Rotom or a Scarf Nidoking, while we are at +2, so we want to speed a +1 Mew or +1 Noivern. But we do outspeed them in base, well they're at base, excuse me. At the same time, originally I was running Facade on this set instead of Zen Headbutt, and the reason for that was because at +1 from a Power Punch, with a Burn Facade, we'll actually beat down Mew. We'll beat down a Mew if it's fully physically defensive, so that's why I kind of brought that. The reason I also want to run the Facade specifically was because I anticipated either the Rodent to want to burn me or the Mew to want to burn me, and if either of them burnt me, great. He only has one normal resist outside of the Magnemite, and that's the Registeel, and I have Earthquake for that. Agility will let me outspeed the biggest threats, which is amazing, but the reason why I decided to go with Zen Headbutt specifically over Facade was because I needed a way to hit the Rotom. I found myself getting into the Metagross pretty often in the mocks, usually against something like the Registeel or the Wigglytuff, and even the Weavile to an extent, because Weavile would be afraid of me being Culver Berry, and if I'm at max HP and it's not fully physically defensive with like a Choice Band or something, I should be able to take the knockoff, so I can go for a Power Punch freely, get the +1, and then in comes the Rotom, and Rotom would be able to take a small bit of damage, honestly, from the Facade. And now, while it's great because at the end of the day, I'm probably going to be able to fire off these and Headbutt and do a ton of damage to it, but I do have a really good switch into it in my Swampert, which you're going to see in a bit. But if I can manage to get this Headbutt off and break it, then that's amazing because my team really appreciates getting rid of things like the Rotom Heat and the Mew and of course the Nidoking. And if I can wear them down, fantastic. At the same time, if I can Power Punch against something like the Mantine is a big problem because it can be very physically defensive, it has Water Absorb, so it could be annoying to deal with. At the end of the day, this is a very strong set. If I'm actually at to +2 while everything is weakened down, then I can get to +1 from a power punch. It honestly could just be game over, especially depending on the coverage options he has on a lot of his mons. So we'll see what happens, but it's a very scary mon nonetheless. Hopefully he can put in some work for us. Akaberry is there specifically for the Rotom's overheat. Originally I was running Culber, but Akaberry ends up being the best bet because at the end of the day, I'm going to try and get the +2 against the Weavile, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get the +2 speed against the Rotom without the Akaberry. So that is why we have that there. Moving on to our next mon, it is going to be your favorite set, Sabermetrics the Raikou. Except this time we're not running Toxic Protect. We're running Toxic still, but this is still a really good set here. Originally, I was running the Expert Belt, but after mocking with Liv, we decided to go with the Shuckaberry instead. Now, the reason why we decided to go with Shuckaberry is I'm going to make sure this is shiny. It should be shiny. Actually, should it? I don't think it is. I forget. Doesn't matter. I'll find a previous battle and kind of make sure. But the reason why I'm running the Shuckaberry on this set is because this will likely be my lead. And the reason I want Raikou to lead is because if he leads off with the Nidoking, then he probably wants to get up Toxic Spikes. And if I go for a Scald, then we'll be able to do enough to really weaken it down. If we were Life Orb or Expert or Specs or something, there we go, then we could OHKO it outright with the Scald, unless it's obviously a Choice Scarf set. Or a, not Choice Scarf set, but a Focus Sash set, that's what I wanted to say. And that can be very nice for us if we do get the KO on it, because then we don't have to deal with Toxic Spikes. But in all likelihood, he's going to say, Raikou is such a big threat, because if I run Volt Switch, Scald, Aura Sphere, and Shadow Ball, I hit 9 out of his 11 Pokemon for super effective damage. Even with this coverage here with Volt Switch, Scald, and Aura Sphere, we hit 7 out of 11 for super effective damage, which is great. The only ones we don't hit are the Mew, Executor, Wigglytuff, and the, I believe, Noivern. That's it. Everything else gets hit for super effective damage. And the reason why we're running Toxic is because in case he's a Stall Breaker Mew, 1, we outspeed it, so we can fire off the Toxic before we get taunted. 2, if he's set up, we can Toxic that thing and it can't set up all over me and win the game. So it's pretty good, I'd say, right? It's not meant to stall anyone out, that's for sure. So that's why we have the Toxic on this set. Scald is there because if we can wear down the Nidoking, amazing. Shuckaberry will let us take the Earth Power that would come to try as he tries to KO us. So if he tries to KO us with the Earth Power, we'll take the hit. Scald will knock him down really, really low, and then we can just Volt Switch around his team if we expect to switch, or we can try and Scald burn something like the Noivern. We'll see. Basically, it's a really fun set that can do a lot of work against this team. If he decides to get the Toxic Spike, I do have Defog later on, but it's just money in the bank to have access to the Shuckaberry just in case down the line. This is going to be our Raikou. Moving on, as I should probably say what the set does, this set has speed for Adamant, Weavile, and Modest Noivern. That's what it's there for. We also outspeed Timid, literally anything that isn't Scarfed. So that's pretty good too. And we also take any banded Jolly Weavile attack except for Triple Axle, and we also take a Timid Specs Noivern's Draco Meteor with this set as well. So that's very nice for us, and hopefully we can survive the hits, fire off a lot of attacks, because the more attacks this Raikou gets in, the better. If the Mantine doesn't come, then it's a little bit expendable, especially once we manage to weaken down the Nidoking, because Nidoking is very scary. But I do expect it to come for Toxic Spikes, so we'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, it's a very strong set. Ideally, it can help us lead us to a win again, but we'll see. It is the second place kill leader in the BBR, and hopefully we can have this thing tied with Metagross for #1. That'd be really cool to have 2 #1s in the same season. Moving on, our next mon is going to be Jill the Swampert with the Chesto Berry with Rest. Now, you guys saw this similar set in, I think it was week 5 against Davian. We ran Darkest Lariat, we ran Bulk Up, Rest, and Sleep Talk against a team with Aromatisse, and we did get the +6, we did, but we could not break through it because we just didn't get the right crits at the right time. This time around, though, I could have ran the exact same set, but we talked it over with Liv, and the problem I was having was I was able to get the +2. I was coming in on something like the Rotom after an overheat or something, and then I would go for a Bulk Up, or I was running Curse at first because I forgot I got Bulk Up, that's my mistake, but I got the +1 boost in attack and defense, and then it switched down to something else, like, I don't know, I think it was the Wigglytuff or whatever, and I went for another one, and I got the +2. The problem was, I'd get weakened down considerably, and then when I rested up, I'd have to hope to get the good Sleep Talk rolls into Darkest Lair to do damage, and if he was running a Weavile that had Swords Dance, then I was in trouble. So I felt like this was the best option to go with. With Resto Chesto, we can manage to get back to full HP, wake up as well. We'll be at +2 ideally in our defense and attack, and we can fire off Darkest Lariats against something like the Mew and Liquidations against it as well. Darkest Lariat is there. It's just a really good catch-all for his team. It hits everything for really good damage. I think his only dark resist actually is the Weavile and the Wigglytuff. And now that I have Liquidation, I can hit both of those things too, which is amazing. With the Liquidation, I can hit the Nidoking, I can hit the Rotom Heat as well, which is amazing as well. So So honestly, it's just a really solid set. The problem with this is Mantine if it's running Haze, and specifically Haze because Toxic does not beat this set. Seed Bomb is annoying. It does get Seed Bomb. It is not the best special or physical attacker rather, but if I get the +1 or +2, then honestly I can just stall it out and beat it with this set anyways, unless I get crit of course. But guys, that is our Swampert in terms of a theoretical standpoint in terms of what it is meant to do. In terms of what it actually does with its investment, with our investment we are not 2-hit KO'd by Jolly. Nope, that is the wrong. That's from last week. I apologize. My notes are in wrong order. Swampert. It is not 2-hit KO'd by any special attack from non-Executor Pokemon or from Muse Grass move. So literally any special attack, we take 2 of them. Beautiful. I need that. We're not 2-hit KO'd by Life Orb, Nidokings, Earth Powers after Stealth Rocks and Leftovers. That's from the previous set. So now we are going to be 2-hit KO'd after Stealth Rocks, but that's okay. I don't believe Stealth Rocks are going to come against my team, but if they do, is what it is. An Adamant Banded Triple Axle does not OHKO me, and at the same time, we do take 2 Timid Specs Noivern or Hurricanes. Wow. 2 Timid Spec Noiverns, 2 Timid Specs Noivern Hurricanes after Leftovers. Again, we'll work around that. We're going to be fine. I don't think it's going to be choice specs, so it is what it is. I can't really go any less especially defensive than this because I need to make sure I have the defense or special defense for the Nidoking specifically, and at the end of the day, I don't really need too much attack or defense or speed, so it is what it is. This is what our Swampert, Jesus, I cannot speak, it is late. That's what this Swampert does as we are approaching almost 20 minutes. Insane. Guys, comment down below. Let's see. STP. Comment STP down below. The letters S, the letter T, and the letter P down below. Really appreciate that if you guys are still around here. Let me know who the real ones are. Anyways, next up though is going to be our Diancie. Diancie is running Stealth Rock, Diamond Storm, Moonblast, and Toxic. I did not build this set at all. The only thing I did was I replaced Earth Power with Toxic. This set was built by Tone. Tone actually did all of the speed creeping for this and the investments for it, so we're going to kind of read off what he said. It's very straightforward, honestly. Diancie has the HP and defense, and to live, well, a +2 Weavile's Triple Axle after Rocks. That's the basic thing. If he is Triple Axle and gets the Swords up and gets the +2, we'll take the hit, fire off a Moonblast or a Diamond Storm, and we are good to go. That's really it, honestly. Leftovers for recovery. It's also a dragon immunity, and it's a flying resist for the Noivern. Noivern does get steel moves, like I said before, so I have to be aware of that. But at the end of the day, we have so much defense investment. Noivern is not the most physically offensive Pokemon in the world, and Diamond Storm and Moonblast just tear it to shreds. This Pokemon is kind of hard-walled by the Nidoking and by the Registeel, but that's okay. We get our rocks up. Against the Registeel, it can be kind of problematic, but we do have our Swampert to deal with it. We do have our Metagross, which can be problematic for it as well. And at the end of the day, Urshifu just goes in against the 2, so I'm not feeling too concerned about it, but it could still be very scary if we lose the wrong Pokemon at the wrong time. Toxic is there because this is definitely something that I can see the Mantine wanting to come in against, because if we're not very defensive, then, or physically offensive, excuse me, then the Mantine can kind of wall us pretty effectively with even though we have the Diamond Storm, even though we might have the Power Gem, and it can just go for a Toxic against us, it can go for Scalds, it can go for Hydro Pumps, whatever the case may be. If I can get a Toxic against that, it'd be amazing. I can also get Toxics off against the Wigglytuff, against something like the Mew, just in case, if it's not running a subset. So that's pretty good here, and I feel like that's a really solid option for us. Originally I had Earth Power on it, but I went with Toxic because I had Toxic on my next Mon, and I switched that up for something else. But let's go ahead and jump into that next Mon. It is going to be Firewall the Moltres with the heavy duty boots, Flame Body of course in case we get some nice triple axle burns, which would be amazing. Running Mystical Fire this week with U-Turn, Roost, and Defog. I rarely run Defog on my Moltreses, I've noticed, and the reason I'm running it now is because I don't like Toxic Spikes. Even though my Metagross is a Steel type, it's immune, my Moltres is immune, it's a Flying type, and it's also running Boots, and my Swampert is running Rest. That's still 3 mons that are kind of annoyed by it. I don't want Diancie taking 12% every turn. I don't want Sabermetrics taking 12% every turn. I don't want Urshifu taking 12% every turn. So we're going to be running this set instead. And with Defog, it'll allow us to get rid of the hazards. I'm going to have to play kind of aggressively with this, especially if he brings the Mantine. If he doesn't bring Mantine, then that's a bit better. We can take some hits, quite a few hits honestly, from things like the Rotom and the Mew especially, which is great. And the biggest reason why I want to run Mystical Fire specifically over something like Flamethrower is because if he is a Calm Mind Mew, I can just Mystical Fire it all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. You turn out into something like my Urshifu that's Choice Scarf, and then fire up a Wicked Blow if we know it's not what am I thinking? If it's not a Culver Berry set, or I can U-turn if I'm worried about that in the worst case scenario. But yeah, that is why we have the Moltres. That's the biggest reason for it. Our set does take a Banded Adamant Weavile's Triple Axle. We also take 2 non-boosted knockoffs from Weavile, and we also take a Modest Nidoking's Thunderbolt and a Life Orb Modest Nidoking's Rock Slide. That's Modest, by the way. Modest Nidoking's Rock Slide. if it is running Naive or nature or whatever, just one nature that is not lowering its attack, then it can KO me if it's running the Life Orb. I anticipate that it will. We'll see what happens. I'm not planning to keep this thing in unless I know for a fact it's not running the Rock Slide, or I have to make a gamble or something, but we'll see. We also take a Modest Specs Noivern's Draco Meteor or Hurricane, and we take 2 no special attack Mantine's Scalds. That is our team. That is what it does. I'm hoping that we can get the win here. The last time I played Bepsis, it was late and it was long, so I appreciate everyone for sticking around for the team builder and for the battle, hopefully. Again, guys, do me a favor, leave a like on the video if you haven't already. If you guys enjoy competitive Pokemon content, make sure to subscribe to the channel because you guys are going to really enjoy something. You're going to learn something. Let's try this again. You're going to learn something new here every single time you watch a video. That is the goal of this. I'm hoping to teach everyone as much as I can because I really do enjoy this game, and it makes a huge difference when we have people just keep getting better every day. So, yeah. Thank you for watching the Team Builder. Let's go ahead and jump into it. It is time for BBR Round 2. Let's do it. All right, everyone. Welcome back. So, couple things here we have to note. He brings the Wigglytuff, he also brings the Executor. Executor, that hurts. It does, but Executor is 4 times weak to U-Turn. It is weak to Dark as well, so if we can weaken that thing to the point where Darkest Lair can beat it, with Swampert at least, then it's not going to be too concerning. Liv is recording, we made sure of it, so that's good. Alright, let's go ahead and mark down his team. He has Wigglytuff, if I can actually type in the text box here, Wigglytuff. He's got Weavile. He's got Nidoking. He's got Mew, Rotom Heat, and then Executor. Okay. Executor, does it get counter? It does not get counter. Okay, I think I want to lead here with the Raikou, to be honest. But, yeah, Raikou is our lead here because if he leads off with Nidoking, then we can Scald it freely as it tries to get Toxic Spikes. We'll live the Earth Power as well, which is nice. We can Toxic something like the Executor, which is a thing too. Originally, I would, if the Wigglytuff did not come, I would be running, or not running, but leading with my Urshifu. That's what I would lead it with, but it came. It is what it is. We can Toxic the Mew with this set, which is great. And let's, good luck, have fun. Let's see what we can do here. I'm hoping to get, and it's Ed, and Eddie. That's the Executor, right? It is the Executor. Nice. Okay, so we'll see what this thing wants to do. Let's just fire off a Toxic, to be honest. I want to weaken this, get rid of it. That would be amazing if we can do that. So let's go for the Toxic. Let's fire off that Toxic. I was originally running Shadow Ball in this set, but we went Toxic instead. But yeah, okay. So Toxic's gonna come out. I'm pretty sure Wigglytuff gets access to Heal Bell or something. It'd be funny if I did the whole like sub-Toxic thing against Bepsis too, but not gonna happen this time. Okay. So we're gonna Toxic here. We do connect, nice. So we managed to Toxic the Executor. Let's take a look and see what it's going to do. Executor. Level 50 with Teleport. Okay, that's fine with me. So where is Executor? We know it's got Teleport. I'm pretty sure it's going to have Harvest as well, by the way. So it comes in here. Nidoking. We're going to go for a Scald here. This is the lead we wanted, so we're going to go for the Scald. No Noivern is here too, that's nice. So it's Scald. We do connect. It's not Pasho Berry. It's not Scarfed either. That is bulky. It's pretty bulky. We do get the Burn as well, which is nice for our Moltres. That's just for Toxic Spikes. There we go. So we'll take that. We'll totally take that. We do have only 3 of our mons that are actually hit by Toxic Spikes and care about it. We do want to get rid of them, though. That's for sure. So what do I go for here? Do I want to go for a Volt Switch? Do I want to go for a Scald here? I think we just go for the Scald here. We just go for another Scald. We're just going to do that. It's a safe play, just in case. Last time I lost the Bepsis because I overpredicted too much. So he switches out here, that's fine. We have the chance to burn something as he goes into Ed, and Eddie. That's fine with me. Alright. And Skull's going to come out. Shouldn't do too much damage here. Yeah, nothing at all. That's fine. And he's going to get hit by Toxic. I imagine he goes for a Teleport here. But we'll just go for a Volt Switch nonetheless. No real reason not to, so we'll do that. If we can get into Moltres, that'd be nice. And we'll see what happens. So let's go for the Volt Switch into Moltres. We keep us healthy as well. Raikou being healthy is very good. But we'll go hard into the Moltres. Again, I imagine, if anything, he's going to go into for a Teleport here. But we'll see. So he's going to go for the Leech Seed instead. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. It's not the end of the world. This is where I'm wishing that Leaf Seed got rid of, or Defog got rid of Leaf Seed. Okay. If Moltres goes for a U-turn against this, well, we can be offensive and scare him. That's for sure. I think we're just going to go for the U-turn, though. Let's just go for the U-turn in case he decides to go for a, into the Rotom, for example. So he switches out. We just U-turn out. He goes into Gordon. That's the Rotom, right? It is. It is the Rotom. And what do we want to go into here? What do we want to go into here? We can go into Swampert. But I don't know if that's the right play. You can go back into Raikou and click Scald. I think that's actually not terrible. I don't think it's the right time for Swampert yet. Let's go back into Raikou. Let's go back into Raikou here. We're going to do that. And the reason I'm doing this is because Raikou is not super important for us this game because the Mantine is in here. If we can Toxic the Mew, that's amazing. But yeah, that's the big thing. And we can weaken the Rotom with a Scald as well. He might go into the Executor. I don't think he goes hard into the Nidoking, that's for sure. He might go for a Volt Switch. I think honestly, if we go for a Volt Switch and he doesn't and he stays in, we can go into our Swampert. So we're gonna go for the Volt Switch. We're gonna go for the Volt Switch, anticipating the Executor. As he's gonna stay in, right? No, he switches out. Beautiful. Okay, go into Gordon. No, Gordon, Ed and Eddie, that's it. That's what we want to do to go into. Perfect. So let's see right here, is he going to be Citrus Berry? He might be a Harvest Citrus Berry set, that's for sure. Okay. We're gonna go back into Moltres. Right away, back into Moltres. And we can defog to get rid of these Toxic Spikes. Let's see, is he going to be that set? We're not going to find out yet. Okay. Do we defog here? I think we have to defog, because I don't want to deal with the Toxic Spikes. Especially against the Rotom. So let's go for the defog. Let's defog here. Maybe a Teleport's going to come out. He just switches out. Back into Rotom, I imagine. Back into the Rotom. Okay. Again, I think this thing is Boots. I'm pretty sure it's Boots. We get rid of the Toxic Spike. So I was pretty sure Toxic Spike Nidoking was going to come. I don't think this is going to be offensive. And I think he's going to go for a Volt Switch here, if anything. Maybe a Toxic, expecting the... I think he might go for a Toxic here. Let's go for a U-turn. Let's go for a U-turn. We're going to make a play here. If he goes for Volt Switch, we'll take the hits. I anticipate a Toxic maybe, as we outspeed it. Okay, so this is good. This is actually not bad. Because I know there's something else that we know will outspeed now. We can go hard into our Swampert. Hard into Swampert. I'm pretty sure that means that Metagross will outspeed it as well. Because Metagross reaches 114 and Moltres reaches 111. So he's going to go for the Overheat. That's not going to do too much to me. 207 down to 171. Okay. If we just go for a Darkest Lariat here, how much does that do to Executor? I think it's going to be physically defensive. We do a lot. Do we go for it, though? I think... do we go for it? What would he go into? What would he go into? Let's take a look at this. Let's go for it. Let's go for the Darkest Lariat. We're gonna make the play thinking he's gonna go into the Executor. He switches out, go into Eggy. Ed, and Eggy. There it is. Please tell me we get the KO. I don't think we are. He's gonna need like max defense, max HP. He's gonna have a ton of investment. But Darkest Lariat's gonna come out and do a shit ton of damage to it. Ooh, so close. Citrus Berry? Citrus Berry it is. If he gets the Harvest here, Harvest is 50%. I don't know if he's gonna get the Harvest. Please don't get the Harvest. Don't get the Harvest. 50%. Damn it, that sucks. But we know it's Citrus Berry. Let's switch out. Let's go into Moltres. Back into Moltres. I imagine a Teleport's coming out here. Which, fine. If he wasn't Toxic, I could have gone for a free Bulk up there, because then we would have KO'd. But hey, is what it is. But I think at this range here, he may not pop his Citrus Berry the next time around. But I imagine a Toxic Teleport here or a Leech is going to come out. One or the other. Teleport, yeah. So if we had gone for it there, that would have been really nice for us. He would have popped his Citrus Berry nonetheless, but still. So what is he going to go into here? Nidoking is burnt, so we know that. Xeno. Okay. I feel like we have to go for a Mystical Fire here in case he tries to set up on me. Let's go for the Mystical Fire, and we'll scout and see what he wants to do. We'll see that first. Calm Mind. Okay, I'm okay with this. I'm kind of okay with this right now. He can get his special defense, his special attack boost and everything. That's fine. We can Mystical Fire this. That's still a solid chunk of damage there. He's at neutral now. He's not leftover, so unless he's got Roost. So this is the play here. He's got to have Calm Mind. He's got to have a Fairy move. So let's just say a Dazzling Gleam. Let's go for another Mystical Fire, by the way. He's probably gonna have a Psychic move, and then he's got to have either a Grass or a Ghost move. And if he doesn't, he's missing out on Recovery to beat my Scarf Urshifu. That's it. So yeah, it's okay. It's not bad here. We're gonna go for a U-turn on this turn. I want to see what he's gonna do. He's still at neutral. He's at +2 special defense though. We'll go for a U-turn here. Roost. Okay, so he's missing a coverage move. That's fine. We'll get the U-turn off. It's not Tanga Berry. It is. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's solid damage there from you. Okay, we're pretty sure he's Culber. Let's see. Huh. Do we go into her? I think we do go into Urshifu. Let's go into Urshifu, and let's click U-turn. We're going to reveal that we're Scarfed right now, but that's okay. We know he's at +2 special defense. Moltres did more than that. Yeah, it did about 23 to 28. So let's go for a U-turn here. It's pretty clear that's what we're going to do. We are Scarf. He is Culber. We know that. I'm like super confident. We should do 37 to 45. He's max HP. I don't think he's max HP, but he switches out. Ooh, I'll take it. He's going to switch out. Nice. Into Wendy. That is totally the Wigglytuff. Very nice. Okay. Okay. U-turn. Is he Helmet? He is not Helmet. Okay. Put Roost here instead, and let's switch this. Okay. We can go into Diancie and... Or do we take this time and go... I don't know if it's time yet. I think we go... Yeah, let's go into Diancie and get up our rocks. Let's do that. I want to weaken things, and we can still Toxic something like the Mew. So we're going to get up our rocks here. We'll get up our rocks, see what happens. We're going to start punishing his switch-ins, especially with the Executor. Yeah. That'll be good, that'll be good. I'm happy I didn't run the Earth Power this time around. I gotta keep an eye on my timer. Gotta keep an eye on my timer. I see him go into Xeno. That's the Mew again. Okay, we're gonna fire off a Toxic on this now. I don't want this to get out of hand. So we'll see what happens here. I don't think that Diamond Storm would break its sub, by the way, or do too much to it at all, but let's go. Actually, it would do a good chunk. Let's just go for a Toxic, though. It's okay if this gets Toxic. It's not the end of the world. It goes for a Calm Mind. Okay, so it's at +1/+1. That's fine. That is fine. We go for Toxic, we connect. Very nice. We're going to go hard into Moltres here now. He's at +1, so Psychic should do a solid chunk to me. That's fine. I don't mind being burnt on or Toxic on this. It's not the end of the world. As long as the Mew is burnt, or Toxic. Jeez, I'm fine with it. Okay, so let's say he's timid. He's got to have enough speed for Urshifu. Let's just switch into Moltres now. So Psychic at +1. If it's got max special attack, we'll do 52 to 62. At +2, it'll do 69 to 82. 160 at the very most, and we're at 169. So we'll see what he wants to do here. Scald. Interesting. It doesn't KO. But interesting that that's his choice. How valuable is this? What else do I have here on my team? Nothing else really wants to get burnt. I think we just... Do we need Diancie? Do I need Diancie for anything specific? Weavile maybe, but I have rocks up and U-turn on Urshifu to outspeed. Let's go back into Diancie here. Let's go back into Diancie. We should be able to take this hit as well. He might just roost here, which, so be it. Fine. I just don't want my Moltres dropping. Not yet. I think it's too important. So he's going to go for what here? Scald again. That's fine. 148 down to 84. Where we're going to take this next hit as well. 148 minus 84. What is that? Calculator. Well, we're going to go for a Diamond Storm, by the way. 148 minus 84 is 64 points of health. And he's at +1. Let's go for a Diamond Storm. Scald against my Diancie. It only did 64, right? Yeah, 64. That's... Oh, that's at +2. +1. Roost. That's fine. We're just gonna wear it down. That's fine. We can just wear things down as much as possible. If he's got no investment, we do 33 to 39 with Diamond Storm. We missed, don't we? Yeah, we missed. That's unfortunate because we could have gotten a good chunk of damage off on it. I think we'll still take this hit. I think we'll still take the hit, but you're gonna see he's losing a bit of health there. Okay, what would he go into, if anything? Let's just go for another Diamond Storm. Let's do another one. He's at +1. Wish I had water. I don't have water, but he switches out. That's fine. What are you going into? Wendy, okay. That's okay with me. We're going to get a good chunk of damage off on you. Frisk finds our leftovers that he already knew we had. Diamond Storm, and we missed again. It's 95 base accurate. It's 95%. Come on. Like, that's actually really important. That's important because we need to get chip off in this thing for Urshifu. Let's just go for the Moonblast here. Let's go for the Moonblast here. Got some good chip. He goes for Heal Belt. Fuck. Yeah. That's a thing. That's a thing. That's huge. Solid damage there, actually. And we got the special attack, but that's really good damage. Wow. I don't think he can really do anything. I think he's going to protect, if anything, if he has it. But damn, that sucks. Okay. It's not the end of the world, though. Let's go for a... Let's go for... Do we go for another one here? Do we go for something else? I think we go for another one here. Let's just go for another one. Moonblast. We're going to lose our Diancie, which is not the end of the world. But see, this is where things happen. If we hit the Diamond Storm should have done enough there. It should have done enough. Switches out. Not Rotom. Bolin. Is that the... Oh, that's this. Okay, please just drop. After rocks and this, please drop. That'd be great if it did. Yes, okay, thank God. No more Toxic Spikes, we don't have to deal with it. So we get the first kill of the match, but Diancie is going to follow right away after dropping to this. So it's going to go down. Okay. Scald on his Mew. I'm interested. I'm like confused, but okay. I think we go into Urshifu here. Yeah, we go into Urshifu. I think he's going to go into his Executor. That's part of it. But he could also totally go into his Rotom or Mew. I think those are the obvious ones. Ed. That's Executor. That's fine with me. He's going to take the 12% from rocks. He's going to knock him into Harvest range. But he doesn't have his berry right now. So let's see. Is he going to recover it? He doesn't recover anything, so let's go for a U-turn here. It's the freest U-turn we get. Super free U-turn. And he's going to go into Wendy. That's fine. So this will drop to the U-turn, I'd imagine. Maybe. He knows we're Scarf before. That's fine. Is that a KO for Urshifu? Yeah! It's a KO for Urshifu. Way to go. Okay. We can go into Swampert because I believe Harvest works like it's the end of the turn. At the end of each turn. So it's not going to work against Swampert right now. So let's go into Swampert here. Right? Let's go into Swampert. Let's go into Swampert. He doesn't know what our item is, by the way. He doesn't know we're Chesto. Neo King is gone. WIGGLYTUFF is gone. Rotom is like basically full. Ed and Eddie. He's not going to recover back his berry. He shouldn't. Let's go. Okay, let's take a look. Executor is 55 base speed. That's faster than I thought it was going to be. It's faster than I thought it was going to be. It's faster than I thought it was going to be. Shit. I don't know if it's going to outspeed me. Let's go... How do I want to play this out? Do I go into 0 here? Shit. Does it get Dazzling Gleam? I'm running out of time. Fuck, I gotta make sure I'm doing better on time. Does it get Dazzling Gleam? It does not get Dazzling Gleam. Does it get a Fairy Move? It does not get a Fairy Move. Let's go into Urshifu. I can't guarantee this slower than me. I thought it was slower. I thought it was like 30 base speed. I should have prepared more for that. That's on me. Giga Drain. 191. Oh, that's a lot of damage. No Harvest. We Wicked Blow here, though. It's pretty free against everything. Let's Wicked Blow. We should 2 KO everything. We should 2 KO everything here. Every time this thing is in and we get a chance to be in with Urshifu, we can 2 KO everything. He needs to choose a sack, basically. Switches out. He needs to keep it around. Gordon, okay. Is it going to be 2 KO? Hopefully it is. It is Boots. This should 2 KO. Totally. Let's go for it again. Let's go for it again. Wicked Blow. Man, Weavile's looking scary. Weavile's looking scary. So down goes the Rotom. For all I know, he has me exactly where he wants me. Urshifu against Weavile. Correct? Yeah, Weavile. That's what I want to see. I want to see Weavile, the calc. We don't do too much. We do 48 to 57 to Weavile. Bandit Ice Shard does 58 points of health to me at most. Frostbite, that's the Weavile. Okay. That's fine. Is it Boots? It's Boots. Okay. U-turn doesn't OHKO. Let's switch out, first of all. Let's go into... Weavile takes any hit that's not banded, but I don't think we need Weavile anymore. No, I'm already saying Weavile. Raikou. Let's go into Raikou. Let's sack it off. We don't need it right now. We know it's not banded or anything. If it gets to +2, switches out. What are you going into? Xeno. Interesting. Okay. Fine with me, I guess. We can just Toxic this again. Let's go for another Toxic. Let's go for another Toxic. We will outspeed him. So it's Toxic. I'm so nervous for this. I'm apologizing if the commentary is quiet, but I'm nervous. Liv is still recording good. Switches out. What are you going into? Ed and Ednetty? Ed and Neggy? That's it. Yep. Fine with me. We can talk to this again. Not the end of the world. We get this Toxic, which is good. If I gone for a Volt Switch there. If I gone for a Volt Switch there, we get another basically KO. Okay. Let's, does he have the Harvest back? He does not. Let's go for a Volt Switch. Hard Volt Switch. Running low on time. Wish I had Shadow Ball right now as well. Wish I didn't have Aura Sphere. But Volt Switch will come out. We're going to go into Moltres. Oh, so close. Go into the Moltres here. And because we have all boots, we should be able to take any hit with Metagross, by the way. Like, knockoff does 92 at most. Okay, him switching out is fine. He's gonna go probably into the Mew. We're just gonna U-turn out. If he goes into Weavile, he goes into Weavile. Fine. We'll see what he does. Mew comes out again. Scald, I imagine. Okay. Let's go for the U-turn. And let's take a look at Urshifu. He goes for a Roost here. Okay, that's understandable. He doesn't want to he wants to make sure that he's not in range of U-turn or Wicked Blow or whatever from my Urshifu. Okay. Let's go back into our... Do we go into Jill here? Let's go into Jill. Let's go into Jill. Let's do that. We do have the Darkest Lariat, and we can burn his berry, which is going to be massive. And we burn the berry. So let's go for the Lariat here. Because if we burn his berry, Wicked Blow does 96 to 114 if he's max HP. So Calm Mind comes out. We're going to burn his berry. So Swampert, the Darkest Lariat should do a solid chunk to him. Yep, there's the Colbur Berry. No more Colbur. Pitiful damage. Okay, let's we gotta switch out here. We have 2 minutes left. What are we going to? I don't think we go into Metagross. I think we can't go into what is that thing called? Moltres. I think we just have to let go of Swampert here. Let's go for another one. All we have to do is make sure he is in range of Urshifu. All we gotta do. And I think we're gonna go for the bulk up here. We're gonna go for the bulk up. That's solid damage there. Because Scald should not do very much to me. I'm pretty sure Draining Kiss is his last move, or something along those lines. So let's go for a bulk up. Dazzling Gleam, Timid, Scald. Burns, okay. We're gonna rest. He's gotta have a good bit of defense. He's gotta have more than just minimum. I think that's the best way of hitting us. So let's go for another one and then we'll rest. We're running low on time, so we gotta speed it up. Roost again. That's fine. We'll rest, and then we'll click Darkest Lariat again. +2 in our defense and in our attack. Let's rest, and then Lariat. Let's rest here. If this guy just pulls out Grass Knot or Giga Drain, I'll be so thrown off. Calm Mind's up. Okay, that's fine. He's at +2. Oh boy. +2. +2. If he's max defense, max... Again, I don't think he's max defense, max HP. I don't think that's the case. We'll be able to go for Darkest Lair and do 54 to 63 if he's max defense, max HP with a timid nature. Let's go for the Wicked Blow. Or Darkest Lariat, whatever. Let's go for the Lariat. Scald. He's got to get a burn here. Come on! Dude, no! I missed... We needed that. We needed that. Come on. Oh, if he... Let's go for it again. We gotta go for it again. We gotta keep going for it until we die. We're just gonna keep clicking Darkest Lariat. Okay, okay. So, Scald is his only attacking move. That's fine with me. Interesting. So he has Scald is his only attacking move. Interesting. Let's switch out. We're gonna switch on to Urshifu. If we lose here off Scald play, great play, but he loses his Mew. I don't think that's the case. I don't think he wants to do that. Man. Roost, okay. So feel like Urshifu here, if he's Impish, 70 to 84. I don't think he's max defense. Let's go for the Wicked Blow. Let's go for the Wicked Blow. Come on. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. We still have Metagross in the back. It's looking good. It's looking good. Oh boy. I'm so nervous. We're running out of time. We gotta make sure time isn't a factor. Frostbite. That's okay. We're just gonna go for a Wicked Blow here. Right? Or do we switch on Sack something? I think we have to just go for the Wicked Blow here. We just gotta go for it. Because Metagross takes any hit. Metagross takes any hit. It's not damage. Knockoff, that's fine. Okay. Let's go for the U-turn. Just KO me here. Low kick, yeah, that's gonna get the KO. Okay. We should go into Metagross here, right? Yeah, let's go into Metagross. Click Power Punch. This beautiful Metagross. This is the Kill Leader Metagross. Let's go for a Power Punch. Knockoffs. No crits. This is almost done. We're not out of it yet though. It's not guaranteed. Only when it's guaranteed. That's the KO on the Weavile. There should be one more KO. Oh boy. Ed and Negi. Okay. It's toxic. Power Punch. Go for it. Power Punch. And it looks like we're going to the finals for the second straight season. Come on. Don't play with me here. Oh my god, we beat Veps this week. We're at the finals, guys. We're in the finals. Oh, back-to-back seasons. It is 1:11 a.m. I am so happy we won this game. We played really solidly. Vepsis had a phenomenal bring this game. His Executor was so annoying. I still don't know if his Executor would outsped my Swampert, but oh man, what a game. Okay, we got the win here. Ooh, I'm happy, I'm happy. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, if you are hyped to see your Montreal Milotic in the finals for the BBR for the second straight season, make sure to smash the like button. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We're going for a back-to-back title. Make sure you go and check out Vepsis. Honestly, guys, he's a really, really good battler. He's beaten me twice now, back-to-back in NCP. He drafts really fat, strong teams that just play really well to his playstyle, and I think you guys could definitely learn a lot from him, so make sure to go and check him out. Easier to say that after a win than after a loss, that's for sure. Just, okay. I'll take it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to Liv for recording our side of the battle, and let's do it. We got one more win to go. Let's do it. BBR finals coming up next. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.